This is Joey,
And this is Jeremy.
and this is an update to the Dead South Paranormal podcast.
Yes, it is.
Yes, so we're getting real close, Jeremy, to the release dates, I hear.
Yes, we are. We are right at, a little less than a month away before the debut of our podcast and YouTube channel. And so, as of right now, let's see, what's the date? The 7th.
7th, yeah.
So, we're about 28 days out. 28 days out.
That is,
February 5th. February 5th,
that is getting close.
2024. Dead South Paranormal podcast will be coming to you. Now, like me and Joey were discussing, we're both excited about this. If you keep track of our social medias on Facebook, Instagram, Dead South Paranormal, you can find us there. Dead South Paranormal SC on YouTube. And if you have any messages you'd like for us to read or send us something, Dead South podcast at gmail.com. Aside from all that, we wanted to put together a little quick intro here for you because distribution to other podcast platforms may take a little while. And until we're up and running on all venues, we just wanted to put it out there that you can still stay in the loop if you follow us on YouTube. So you'll be able to keep track of all of our episodes and stay up to date with what's going on with the show, even there as well as on our social media.
Exactly. And this thing's, it's a lot going on behind the scenes to get this stuff out and published.
It is.
Takes a lot of connections and all of those things. It is definitely something that's, it just takes a lot of extra work if you it's not as easy as people think, but things are going great. Again, February 5th. And what time would that be available on February 5th, Jeremy?
Okay, so if you have Spotify, you will be able to listen to the podcast. First episode, February 5th at 5 a.m. is when it will debut. The YouTube video will be up at 5 a.m. as well. So, in case you don't have Spotify, you can head to YouTube and find it there as well. Now, once again, we're trying to get all the distribution, all of our, our podcast out to all the podcast listening platforms, Google, Apple. Yeah, there's a whole plethora of them out there, and we're trying to get them to as many as we can possibly get out to, because we don't want to leave anybody behind. But those that like to listen on the go, I don't know, maybe some of you have like YouTube Premium, which you can listen to without having to have your screen on. So that's always a good plus. But yeah, we're trying to get it out as far as we can. And that's why we kind of wanted to put out this little update video to kind of tell you where we stand right now. And so kind of consider it a trailer for the show. We will be going further into depths about what we're getting into, so on and so forth. As we get closer to the show, we'll be showing little sneak peeks and stuff behind the episodes and some of the material that we've gone over so far. So it's getting close. I'm getting kind of antsy, ready for stuff to start rolling in, and ready for you guys to hear what we've already put together for you.
Yeah, it's exciting. That's the thing is that we've, you put in a lot of work in this stuff and you want it to be fruitful. But one of the funny things, I was kind of cutting a little episodic trailer, what we call that earlier. And
Yeah.
just cutting some clips out and pictures out and all of that stuff out of a bunch of the videos. And the funny one of the videos was the one you were running down the hallway. And
Yeah.
I got tickled about that. But you go back and you remember these things and you go, man, that was really cool and that was really fun. And I'm really anticipating. That's the big thing, is that I want
Yeah.
to hear the feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. I want to hear it. And it's so cool to be able to do these things, but also be able to provide the content we're providing as well overall, with the type of investigations we're doing, the type of podcasts that we're doing, and just the type of conversations we can have about this. It is a lot going on, but The good thing about it is, at some point here in February 5th, things will start rolling, and we will be able to get the listeners, get those people that have been texting and calling me and talking to me. Uh, hey, when's the podcast coming out? When's the investigation coming out? When's this? Well, we got an answer for you. We've got the videos up. We've got them ready to go. They are sitting on go. So that's where we are.
Yeah,
Again,
I'm glad you brought that up, and I hate to cut you off, Joey, but yeah, that's another thing. The investigation video will be debuting on the same day, February 5th at 2:15 in the afternoon. You'll be able to tune in and watch the investigation, our very first initial investigation as Dead South Paranormal. And just to kind of give a clear overview of what we're doing and the way we've kind of set up the show, is that we'll be discussing other things outside of our investigations, but also on the same hand, you'll be able to tune in. I think as of right now, we're doing it um, a week after the initial release of our first investigation. That following week, on I believe is the 12th of February, when that podcast debuts, you'll be able to go and listen or watch it on YouTube and see. We'll do a breakdown of that investigation. So it's one episode podcast every week, and we're going to try and do one investigation at least once a month.
yeah, and that's the thing, is that we want people to watch the investigations. That's first thing, because we don't do a lot of commenting, and the simple fact is, Jeremy, and you know this as well, is that a lot of the evidence we don't find in an investigation until we sit down and we review all of our video and all of our audio and every bit of recording we have, the printouts from the ovulus and things like that. And we won't put things together and really be able to present it as evidence until that podcast. So a lot of it is, our explanation, our take, uh, our opinion on some of this stuff. Some of it is very, very, very objective, and it is what it is. But um, those are the fun episodes, and generally they're going to run a little bit longer sometimes because there may be a lot to cover. So that's something else about that. So we try to run our podcast somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour, but those investigation podcasts could be a little bit longer, just depending on the amount of information we have to cover. So it's we want to get it all out there. And
Yeah.
the cool part about it is, as we've progressed on, today Jeremy and I are in two different worlds. He's at his house, I'm at my house. We usually video and record these things together.
Yeah.
And we've kind of built a nice little studio up now that we've got a comfortable place to do all of that. And so that's going to make it a lot easier on the editing and cutting, as well as that we can do all of these things a lot quicker. So don't want to take up any more of your time. We've been running about 8 to 9 minutes now. But remember, follow us on social media. That is Facebook and Instagram would be Dead South Paranormal. YouTube is at Dead South Paranormal SC. And remember, our email is deadsouthpodcast at gmail.com. Deadsouthpodcast at gmail.com. Uh, please give us a like and follow on those. We're constantly just putting little things up there to thank you for being there for us in this journey. So, Jeremy, do you have anything else?
Last little thing, and just kind of want to touch on what you said about the email and stuff like that. An easy, quick way that if you listen to us on Spotify, there is a poll section. It probably will be down under the episode. It's a constant poll that I kind of put up on there, and so I've left it on there, and they're for good reason. It's more of a question, really, and so every episode you'll be able to answer the question of what topics would you like to see me and Joey cover? And I mean, is there something specific you would like us to discuss on the show? Is there some place specific you'd love to see us investigate? So those are all things. I believe there's going to be a message button on there as well, where if you'd like to click on that and leave us a voicemail, you can do it right there through the app. I believe that is a possibility. Don't quote me on it, but I believe that is a possibility. Other than that, I think that's about it. And once again, we do appreciate everybody helping out and being involved with it, and kind of helping us and leading us into our next investigation or the next topic that we talk about. So it's all greatly appreciated, and don't think it doesn't go unnoticed.
No, absolutely. So, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We thank you. And please, 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 February 5th, that's the launch date for this thing. And
Yep.
I've not been more excited since Elon said he was launching stuff into space. So, y'all have a good afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are and wherever this finds you. And thank you again from Dead South Paranormal.
Thank you.